Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to ALR Silver. We are in round 11 and we are here in probably one of the most difficult tracks on the calendar, which is the Singapore Grand Prix 3.1 mile circuit this is, and it is around the Marina Bay of 23 turns. I think that's the most in on the calendar, isn't it? I hope I'm right. If I'm not, then well, hold me to the sword, isn't it? But yeah, 23 turns around here, 3.1 miles. This Grand Prix last night nudged on an hour in length. In terms of length, it was an absolute brutal endurance race. We even had a sprinkling of rain, and when I say a sprinkling, we had an absolute deluge, didn't we, towards the end there? Oh my goodness me, there. I think those guys needed umbrellas, didn't they? Really, I think Rihanna should have been nearby, shouldn't they, with her umbrella? Anyway, we're into the qualifying session now. We got 18 cars and 18 participants, and there's going to be battling around this incredible track here in Singapore. And it's of course it's the modern day jewel in the crown of Formula One, isn't it? Singapore. It's an absolutely incredible race. Of course, the first ever night race way back in 2008, then, and that was a famous race in of itself, wasn't it? Of course, where Nelson Piquet found the inside wall, didn't he? Somehow or another, and that helped his teammate Fernando Alonso win, didn't he? Of course, under interesting circumstances, wasn't it? But of course, that was a highlight in itself. Of course, we've also got some great races as well back in 2017 as well, when we had actually some rain. The first not wet race in the night, wasn't it? 2017. Unfortunately, didn't go too well for the Ferraris or Max Verstappen either, or Fernando Alonso for that matter. So that was of course, that was a bit unfortunate as well. Let's quickly go through the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? As we're a minute and 10 seconds into this session, and we'll also give you some news as well on the driver front. Glock, who is leading the championship by 75 points at the moment. 75 points then. My goodness me, that is an awful amount. Well, it's actually more than 75 points, I think. I got my tallies wrong, I might possibly have there. But anyway, yeah, so Glock's on at 206 points then, and so then we have got Eva Hunter second with YBR in third. Those who remember the top three go through into gold. Don't get promoted. Droffer has done very good in the last couple of weeks. He's moved up a position into fourth position. Alhan is stayed in fifth position with F1 2016. No longer a part of Silver, unfortunately, so he is bowed out, but he was one of the guys that is going up, wasn't he? Forza in 7th position with Kings of Mate, Serious Mushroom 9th, and Double Zero. Last two races have been incredible, hasn't he? Well, he's moved up 2 positions to 10th position as well. Todd and Ghost Recon down 11th and 12th position. Asdog also moved up position as well, but he's not in here today. In the constructors, we have Red Bull, who's now 81 points in front of Haas. Toro Rosso in third position with Racing Point in fourth. Renault moving up 2 positions there up to fifth. And McLaren and Mercedes dropped down 1. 6th and 7th position. Williams are in 8th position with Ferrari 9th, and Alfa Romeo is the final team in 10th position then. And I'm sure it's still Alfa Romeo was the first car out on track, and I think it was Echo. We're on board with Echo at the moment, making his debut here tonight in Silver. Remember, Echo has driven in gold, hasn't he, over the last cut over, well, I think he's had about 10 race starts for gold now, hasn't he? So first taste of action in the Silver. I think it's actually a Racing Point, isn't it? That's actually first, so my apologies, guys. It is Draft then, who is coming through then, and he's about to start his lap then here in the Pink Panther, the Racing Point, and he's about to start his lap then, and it's a very long lap around here as well. We're nudging on the 1 minute and 36 that was the 1 minute 36 time around here last night, wasn't it? It's a very long, difficult track. It's a grueling track. It's probably, I would say, one of the most difficult races on the calendar, isn't it? Monaco has got the barriers so much closer, haven't they? But the But this race itself, as I said, nudged on an hour last night. Of course, we had 2 safety cars. We had a wet end as well, and we had a Verge safety car as well. Drago and fastest in the first sector, but of course he's the first man out there. Oh, lovely bit of a lovely helmet there. What's that? That's a bit of aqua, isn't it? Oh, I do love a good helmet, don't I? That's an absolutely beautiful helmet. Oh my goodness me, getting a step out on the rear ring there, isn't he? As getting right out, getting very tail up as he comes into the Singapore sling then before coming over the Anderson Bridge then. and he flicks it up then over the Anderson Bridge now. Massa had probably one of my most favourite overtakes in Formula 1 there, even though it didn't start with an overtake. It was more of an evasive action manoeuvre trying to avoid a Bruno Senna. My goodness me, you guys are absolutely electric tonight, aren't you? Wow, all over the comments. It's going to take me. Oh no, he's in the wall. That's a smash. That's a crash. Draffer is out of qualifying. He has damaged the car. Was more than damaged the car. He has ripped off the front right suspension. LP is joined, but it's too little, too late. Unfortunately, he is out of qualifying now. Draffers, as is LP, and that is a smash. And what a shame there. He got he hit the outside barrier, didn't he? And then he came on the inside there. What a shame there. And unfortunately, Dra is out of qualifying. Wow, what a shock here to start off qualifying. My goodness me, that is an almighty smash there. Almighty smash indeed then. And wow, as Ghost Recon has set the fast up so far, then he is the first one to set a time. What about Beerus making his debut? He's had whatever race in gold, remember, back in Belgium. I think it was season 2 in Belgium, didn't he? He had a good race there as well. Here comes Portly Orange. My goodness me, Portly Orange has had a fantastic couple of weeks, hasn't he? I think in Mexico was absolutely splendid driving from Portly Orange. I was so impressed. Eka moving up to second position now, of course. Beerus has left for session now, so hopefully Beerus will get back in the not too distant future there, but he was on an outlap at the moment. Portly Orange has gone second fast. We've got Ghost out there as well. We've got Fran now, who is coming through the final turn as well. We've got some yellow flags in sector 1. We got Fran going into fifth fast at the moment. Hunter's in the pits at the moment, and here comes Lights then. Lights had a great race yesterday, didn't he? He had an absolutely spectacular race yesterday, Lights did. That was absolutely phenomenal driving there from Lights yesterday. Really impressive, and he's gone fast too. He loves this track, doesn't he? He's really on it at the moment there, isn't he, Lights is? And he is fast at the moment then, so he's the benchmark, isn't he? Here's Sirius Mushroom there. He is just coming out of turn 7 as well. Here comes Andre. Andre flicking it through turn 22 and 23, then coming up to the line. He's gone full fast at the moment, Andre has. What about that racing point? I see a racing point now just coming through the grandstand there, as we'll keep an eye on what does. Sirius Mushroom there is just ooh, I've got an ulcer in my mouth actually. Oh, blowing, that hurt. Oh dear. Yeah, it's a 00 there. It's just about to start his lap now. Here comes Sirius Mushroom. He comes over the Anderson Bridge then. Before, look at this. So you got to brake, you got to turn. That's such a difficult corner. I'd say that's a very underestimated corner as well. Sirius Mushroom's gone hard, and I mean he's on the hard tires. That was a bit poor choice of words as well, as he comes into turn 15 as well. Unfortunately, we have seen the demise of Dra there, so we are losing 3 cars in this session. It's going to be 16th, 17th, and 18th, but depending on where, unfortunately, depending on where Dra qualifies, if he stays to 15th, we'll lose 4 cars because he has damaged the car. There's no T cars in F1 anymore. Of course, the F1 teams used to bring 3 cars, didn't they? 2 race cars and a spare car just in case we had a crash. What happened similar to what Dra then, and they would have just got the car then and got another go, wouldn't they? Here comes the Forza then, as he is coming into the final part of the lap as well. Let's quickly go for the comments, shall we? I apologise, guys. I am really I'm really behind already, so I absolutely apologise. I'm appalling. Here comes Forza. He's coming through the turn 21 now. Then look how close he gets to the barrier. Oh, just a whisker away, isn't he? Now into 22 and 23. My goodness me, so close there to Invalid this time. Wow, he had a bit of a snake on, but he's in 6th position. Good stuff indeed there. And we see the Ferrari just coming through as well. We're on board with double, as he comes 00 there. He's the only double in the field tonight. There is Double Cream Cat. There is unfortunately unable to participate, unfortunately. Here comes 00 then. He comes out of 21 as well. I've also given that barrier a wide berth at the moment before flicking into 22 and 23. He's in 7th fast at the moment then. That's interesting times at the moment. As you can see then, we've got one of the Mercedes there just participating. Hunter as well. Fleas in 10th position at the moment. Then we have got 2 houses out on track. So I think it's going to be Hunter then. So we're keeping an eye on what Hunter does in the McLaren then. His teammate's birthday today, V Todd. Happy birthday to V Todd then. I hope you're enjoying your day, and I hope he's having some birthday drinks or making the most of what's left of the beer, isn't it? As we might have a beer shortage. No, I'm not too worried about the toilet roll shortage, because I speak a lot of poop coming out of my mouth, really, doesn't it? But that's enough about that. I speak a lot of crap, but so that's why I'm not too bothered by the toilet roll shortage. I'm more concerned about the bog roll shortage. And here comes Hunter there. Anyway, talking of Hunter, Carl said ready to fight this one off already. Oh, sorry, Red, to write this one off already. Sam saying, evening, Sean, let's go. It's going to be exciting as much as mine and the Gamers battle last night. That was a quality battle. That was between Gamer and Sam. An absolutely incredible battle. We've got Light saying, evening, Sean. Good evening, Lights. Echo, thank you for having me tonight. It's great to have you here, Echo. Brilliant stuff as well. Lights, hope you're well. I'm always well. And thank you for reserving tonight, admins. Yeah, well done to Nosy. He is very much the man of he's the man of the hour, isn't he? We've also got Light saying, dry quality and race. So that's good stuff indeed. Then we don't want any more of the wet stuff, do we? Of course, we had a lot of wet stuff back in Germany, didn't we? A whole race of wet weather there, wasn't it? My goodness me. Then we've also got the champion Grant saying, hello, Shorty boy. See how the Williams goes and how Glock gets on. We got Glock saying it's not going to go well. I'm all for with the tires around here. As Glock there is really riding himself on, won't we? I don't think he's had a lap yet. Hunter goes second fast when he was riding himself off as well. But my goodness me, he's had a good start, hasn't he? Glock coming out of sector 1 as well. Here comes Kingzone, and he is just a bit slow, isn't he? Here comes Glock then coming out of sector 1 then, and he has gone purple in the first sector there in the Red Bull. Good stuff indeed then. As we've also got Glock saying, I'm all for the tires around here. Grant saying, all the best, mate. Hope you do well tonight. Grant also saying, I was running no TC, man. It was sketchy at some point. And also low fuel help then, of course. Sam confirming that then. There's got a bit of banter going on then between Glock and Grant, so it's interesting to see then. As Sam apparently, I will see him shortly. As oh, that's interesting, isn't it? So I wonder where Sam's going to be. He might be knocking at my door. Who knows? Who's that knocking at your door? is that the song off that advert? I don't know. Here comes Glock, come down in turn 15. Then of course we just seen Drag go out there as well. We got Tansy there. Joan Bribey is my rival. Don't like him and all that kind of stuff. Good stuff indeed. Then. Great. So that's from Tansy there. He's not a fan of Joe Blimey there, is he? Blimey, that's all I say. We got LH44 hey up. We've also got Echo saying Gold is going to show you how it's done. Laugh out loud. We've got Grant saying unlucky. We've also got Grant saying considering Echo you've gone for silver tonight. Kingzone made my day bad. Echo yeah, that's why us goes are going to win, and you better and all that kind of stuff. Glock has gone fast at the moment whilst I was looking down and reading all the comments there. As is time's just gone Glockenspiel. Love it. As for watching serious question then as he comes over the Anderson Bridge then. He had a good old crack on the hard tyres. He's now gone on to the soft tyres now. Dryer's out qualifying then. Who else going to be knocked out qualifying as well? Beerus has left the session, hasn't come back in, so that's interesting. So unfortunately for Beerus then, he is already he's already called himself. He's already had problems there. Unfortunately, we've also got what's that? Block will be good next season if he so he counts, and also rooting for young lights as well. I got some struggling to read this night. I've had a long old day there. A man who loves his sleep, who loves his bed quite a lot. I was up out of bed about 5:30 this morning, and I got to say my ginger hair has actually got a bit grey. Really, I feel like a silver fox at the moment. I can't remember his name now. What's his name? Phil. Well, Philip Schofield. That's it. I look like Philip Schofield. If only. Well, Philip Schofield if he was fat anyway. Alhan coming out of turn 10, I think that was. Now he's coming down onto the Singapore thing. Then as you can see now, coming over the Anderson Bridge. Then Draz left the session as well. Then so it looks like we've got a lot of guys just up and leaving here tonight. I wonder if they're getting very interested about the Boris Johnson announcement, which is about 8:30 tonight. So I think that's around about the race start, isn't it? So that's unfortunate. Obviously, my mind is going to be elsewhere. It's going to be on the race start. It's not going to be on the on what is happening and whether we're going to have a lockdown and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? But I don't get very political because I have no idea what goes on in the political world. The only thing I've ever got political about is Formula 1 and, of course, the Concord Agreement. That is as political as I've ever got in my life. And yeah, I said all that kind of jazz back in 2005 and all that kind of stuff. That is most political I've ever been, with Max Mosley, Bernie Ecclestone, all the teams. That was interesting, wasn't it? Anyway, as we come up to Alhan, he goes third fast mode, and I love it, that gold helmet's like from Alhan. That's a beautiful helmet. I hope that's a new helmet. Otherwise, I'm going to feel absolutely devastated because yeah, I pride myself on recognising new helmets. Serious Mercenary is out on track at the moment, so let's take stock of what's going on. Beerus is out on track at the moment, so Beerus has snuck in. I didn't even see him come back into session there, so I need to take more take notice of what's going on, don't I? Blimey. I'm surprised Knowles don't sack me, to be honest. The amount of the amount of rubbish I come out with and then missing stuff as well. Goodness me. Here comes Beerus, said coming out of turn 15. Then he is on the down last moment. We've still got Explains who's in the pits as well. We've lost Dra at the moment. We've also got LPE who's not in the race either, unfortunately. And that's a shame then, as we got Tansy saying he hopes he beats Kings Hope. Grant just asked, what driver are you, Tansy? Young Lights wants to beat Glock. He said it's 25 times in our party. Oh, we got a bit of rivalry there between Young Lights and Glock there. Both of them drive in a similar team, don't they, Cole? So, but Golden Silver doesn't really it only shares the league in name, but nothing outside. Constructors are not joined at all in this league. It's all separate, isn't it? As a Beerus coming down into turn 1 as well then. And we have also got Glock saying hopefully I'll put a good tune, Tan, and we've also got Grant saying I doubt, but we'll see. So at the moment Glock, I keep saying it over and over again, but Glock is absolutely incredible. 206 points there, 9 starts, 8 wins, 9 pole positions, 8 podiums, and 6 fastest laps. That is 6 Grand Slams he's had in 9 races. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal. I think Grand Slams in terms of gold, I think the maximum we've ever had in the whole 3 seasons has been 3 or 4, maybe even 5, but I don't think we have had any more than that. And Glock has already equaled that and surpassed that. It's incredible, isn't he? He's already surpassed the actual number of pole positions in ALR Gold in history. And remember, I think it's Jonathan Cox who has that record with 8. So that's absolutely phenomenal, isn't it, from Glock there? I got to say, he's a phenomenal racing driver, isn't he? Let's make no bones about it. Glock is a special talent, isn't he? And he must be a special talent to be heading this field of very talented drivers as well. Look at the caliber of drivers we got in here as well. We have the likes of Kingdom Explains, Beerus. Of course, Beerus had a really good debut, didn't he, in ALR Gold there? He qualified so high up the field, but unfortunately it didn't go too well, did it? Hunter's retired from the session. He's happy with his 5th position. Oh my goodness me, Beerus is the closest he's got to that turn 21 wall, hasn't he? Comes around the final turn. He is over the 3rd fastest. Beautiful stuff indeed. That Explains there is emerging out the pits there with 2 minutes to go then, so he's a man who likes to leave it late. And I got to say that a man after my own heart, because I seem to leave it very late, but it's not because I'm fashionably late, it's because I'm always late. Kings up there is just also on that. Here comes Flea. He's 4,700 a second down at the moment then, but we'll see what's going on then as we're on board then with as Young Lights retired from the session as well then. And I gotta say, I'm loving the chat in the old comments. It's absolutely great stuff indeed. And of course, if you want to hear what's going on, I suggest that you put on the YouTube, which you probably have got the YouTube channel on, because how would you be listening to me? I don't know. I don't know. Might have a telecomathic power. No, I don't know. That's why I don't use big words on stream there. With my IQ at 69, I definitely try and shy away from the big words. Into the pits comes Flea right at the last minute there. He fled from the track and he is in the pits, and unfortunately he is not going to be in qualifying anymore, and the Ferrari driver is out, unfortunately. And that's a shame. That Explains he's got a minute to get himself around that. We have also got Explains, so Flea is out of qualifying as well. Here comes Fran. Wow, look how close he was to the barrier there. My goodness me, so close there to the barrier there. Oh gosh, he couldn't get any closer there. He left a bit of the Pirelli rubber on that barrier. Incredible stuff there from Fran there, leaving it all on the line, and that's what I like to see. Absolutely phenomenal stuff there from Fran. Brilliant stuff indeed. Oh, flicking it of course past the PK turn as well. Of course, the relative synonymous to that called, didn't they, for obvious reasons. That LPE is left the session as well then. As I'm not sure. Maybe I've offended people tonight. I don't know. Goodness gracious me. 20 seconds to go with the final qualifying session. Fran very close. He's out of deployment and he has slowed right down. And he is, well, I'm not sure what happened there. I wonder if he's run out of fuel perhaps then, because he was equal in his time, but he was he going to get through? I don't know. Doubles left the session as well. Retired from the session as well. Fleet in the pits then. What about Explains then? So Explains then, remember in Germany, he had an absolutely phenomenal race in Germany, didn't he? He was doing a very good job, Explains was, in Germany. And in the end, though, he only got one. In the end, he only got how many points did he get? Well, according to this, he got a podium, didn't he? In the end for Germany. Good job I got my spreadsheet up, because I can't remember what I had for tea. Yeah, so that's just appalling. That's appalling for him, isn't it? Kingdom is Kingdom then. I think he's just started us up now then, as I'm out of sync then with the rest of the world, which is nothing, which doesn't explain, well, it explains a lot of things really, doesn't it? You're on board then with we're on board for explain. So he's come down Raffles Boulevard then, as I hope a road of broken dreams then, or a boulevard of broken dreams, is it? Of course. So there's my old Green Day kind of. That's what I used to like. I used to like a bit of Green Day. I used to be an American idiot. Now I'm a British idiot. So as we come through and into the final section then here in Singapore then, as he goes under the grandstand, accelerates out there. This is all I've done for explain. So at the moment then he is out of qualifying at this moment. Look at this, and his fuel light is flashing. He's got a lot of deployment left, though, explains. I reckon he's got a lot more time in that Red Bull, hasn't he? Comes out of 23, and he's now with the full fastest. Good stuff indeed there for explains, and I thought he didn't make it through there. Fran is 5 seconds down, and I think Fran's out of qualifying. Kingdom's invalidated his time, so that is the end of qualifying one, and unfortunately we have lost Dra, we have lost Flea, and we have lost Fran as well. And so those are the guys that have been a bit of dust, and he is out then, so that's a shame then. Really is then, as we're on board then with Kingdom, as I think Granty and Tansy are having a good old natter. I think Granty is asking for Tansy's PSN name, but I don't think Tansy wants to give it to him. Granty's a bit of a shady character though, isn't he? So, you know, don't blame him for that. No, Granty's a very nice guy. He is actually. I love a bit of banter with Grant as well. Good stuff indeed. But if anyone remembers, if I did mention the other day, I did beat him when we raced around Azerbaijan once. So yep, that's my claim to fame. Into the pits comes into the pits comes Kingdom. I just seen Dra's name pop up down the bottom there. Kingdom in the pits, and he has made it through into qualifying too. Then that is absolutely fantastic stuff there for Kingdom then. But I gotta say, he was a whisker away, wasn't it? Anyone in the 37s did make it through there. So good stuff indeed then. So that's the end of qualifying one. Unfortunately, it did end with a bit of a whimper there, but my goodness me, Droffer's up in the second there. Good stuff indeed there from the Toro Rosso driver. Absolutely phenomenal. Remember, Droffer is now on the cusp, isn't he, of the top three positions, which is currently held by YBR and Hunter. So those guys got to really pull their socks up, don't they? YBR only did, basically in last week's event, he basically did about 5 meters before crashing out. What a shame there, because he missed qualifying, came in for the race there, and we had a start line incident. And that was the only time. That was unfortunate there, wasn't it, for YBR? It really was, because because I think he's had a good race. He's had a good season so far, hasn't he, YBR? I love his overtakes as well. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. It really is. Then we don't want to see my XP there, because I'm quite embarrassed by that. Anyway, out of qualifying, unfortunately, Dra there hitting the wall at turn 15. There was a big old smash there, wasn't it? Flea in 17th position and Fran in 16th position as well. Then so those guys have bit the dust. They're out of qualifying, but don't you go anywhere. Any of you guys that are watching out for Fran, for Flea, or for Dra, they will be back in the race as well. And remember, this is a long old race, and it's a street circuit as well, so you cannot count anyone out on this street circuit. I mean, look at last night, my goodness me. Absolutely phenomenal race, wasn't it? Mr. Elite was down in 16th position at qualifying, and he had a storming drive, wasn't he? Driver of the day last night, Mr. Elite he was phenomenal. Young Lights was facing the wrong way after turn 5 or 6, and he battled his way back to score 4th position in the end. Really good 17. Of course, Emerson did finish 4th on track, but he did have a 10-second penalty, didn't he? Which I think was unjust, which is why he got back up into the podium positions there. So good stuff there from Emerson there. As we're just taking a quick look, as Granty saying, as we're just taking a look at Granty saying, yeah, that's why I love your show. No, and I had to bring up the fact that I beat him in Azerbaijan, which I do love to bring that up, because I only beat it because I think Granty had a come a cropper with someone, didn't he? So obviously it wasn't a fair fight, was it really? Because Granty had to have had some kind of problem. We had to have like 4 or 5 stops for me to beat him. He's a very quick driver, so he has to be quick to beat the ALR champion, which indeed he is, isn't he? He won it in fine style in where were we? We was in fine style in Abu Dhabi, wasn't we? Last season it was a tense showdown affair, wasn't it, between himself and Emerson. Unfortunately, Emerson decided to wipe his chance out of the turn 2, as him and Murphy came together there, wasn't it? Which is the first of a series of events where they came together, unfortunately. But yeah, of course, it was a great fight, wasn't it? All the way up till the final race. Really enjoyed last season's battle. It was absolutely great stuff indeed then. As we're on board then with Poorly Orange, and as he is just cruising out and coming down the back straight. Then we've got Beerus, who's flying through the field as well. I think Echo's the first one out, so Echo, they're taking a bit of advice there from from his teammate, which is Jonathan Cox there, isn't he? So it's Jonathan Cox is usually the first one out there, but Echo's not fancying going out quite early, is he? Explains there, has gone from last man out to first man out here, and he is on the soft compound tires then. And of course, there in this qualifying session, if you start in the top 10, you must start in the tires which you set your fastest tire on. That's why we've got a mixture tonight. We've got some soft tires, we've got some medium tires, and we've got some hard tires. If anyone remembers last night's race, the soft tires only lasted 2 or 3 laps, didn't it, for a gamer before he had to come in the pits? And so is soft tires really the way to go? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Because there's a long ode drive for this. Is an endurance event. This is the closer you're going to get to endurance racing in Formula 1. This event does nudge on to about 50 minutes to an hour there. I'd say 50 minutes with no safety car, an hour with a safety car and virtual safety car and all that kind of jazz said. So yeah, it's very much, I hope you got your fitness ready for you guys. This is what you've all gone to the gym for. Or if you're like me and don't go to him, this is what all you guys did then, practicing walks to the fridge and back. It's about to getting your fitness in, isn't it, and things like that. Explains that coming down into turn 1 then, and you can see turn 2 is a bit of a nothing corner, then into turn 3. Then we had a big old smash there between Hulkenberg and Massa, I think it was, in 2015. I think that was the most eventful that race got. I think it was 2015 wasn't the most exciting race in the world. Was it yellow flag? As I'm not sure if someone's had a problem there in the first sector there on their hot lap, but that's not good at all. As Grant just said, I'm here to watch the Williams there. Of course, Grant here, a avid Williams fan. I think he does enjoy the Williams because, of course, Williams got fantastic history. But not only that, though, he also drives the Williams as well, doesn't he? Of course, he is flying the flag for Williams. I'm on their second in the constructors in gold. In the silver stands moment, Williams are down in 8th position currently as it stands, which I think might be an unfair representation of where they've been this season. I think both Ghost and Sirius Mushroom have really showed some incredible speed, haven't they? I feel that sometimes that they have been a bit unlucky, haven't they? But yeah, they're feeling that the Williams team will be starting to climb up the order. I have no doubt about that in the future race as well. Remember, we're on round 11 here tonight. We are coming up to half distance in the ALR Silver, and of course, I think it's around lap 15 that we'll be halfway through. Then the Silver League has been a fantastic season so far. Silver's first ever season, hasn't it? It's the inaugural season, and it's been absolutely and explain that corrected the car as he comes out of turn at 19 there. My goodness me, very close to the wall there. Of course, Bottas had a smash there in that free practice 1, 2 or 2, I can't remember which one it was. Explains there is then slowing down and just teasing us out, and Beerus flying through the final turn there, wasn't he? Good, my goodness me, that was a lot of welling, wasn't it? Coming through the final turn there. Here comes Hunter, and he is back in the pits then, and we've got Kingto going second there. They're all going on the medium tires at the moment. Explains on the soft, but he did slow it down quite considerably, didn't he? We got an Alfa Romeo coming for the final turn. That's Echo moved up into second position, I should say. We got McLaren coming around as well, of Andre, who is up in the second as well. Good stuff indeed. I'm getting good with these names, don't I? Here comes Poorly Orange coming around. Is this going to be a Poorly lap? No, it's not. It's second at the moment. Fantastic stuff there from Poorly Orange. Beautifully done there from Poorly Orange. Where's Ghost? Here he is then, as he flies through the final turn. Turn 23, out of 23. My goodness me, it's such a marathon of a lap, isn't it? Young Lights there, it's just coming out of turn 7 there. Forza there, coming into the final section as well. Got yellow flags of 1 and 2. It's, don't worry guys, it's no drama, I don't think. It's just guys getting out of the way at the moment then. So we're just on board then with Forza then. So we've also got Droffa saying confirming it's a dry race, which is a good stuff indeed there. As yeah, Sam was making a point there. Does it ever rain in Singapore? Well, to be honest, in the Formula 1 world, it hardly does it? But LP is back in the session there, and I've missed someone. Apologise for that. It's 00 who has gone up into 5th fast at the moment there. Car 90, good stuff indeed there from the racing point. Love it. Here comes the Lights there. Of course, the Lights had a fantastic race last night, didn't he? And let's see how he goes again here tonight. Everyone's on the medium tires there, so I'm wondering if people who was watching last night and thinking, well, soft tires are probably to stay away from, or maybe they knew exactly what they was going to do. Maybe they had their strategy very much nailed to the mast, didn't they? Lights almost had his car nailed to the wall, didn't they? As I'm getting very close to the Armco barrier, then here he comes with Route 22 and 3, and he comes out to the line and goes third fastest. Once again, the Mercedes team looking a very strong outfit at the moment. Here comes Glock. He's been the measuring stick, hasn't he, of ALR Silver so far. He's been fantastic stuff, and I'm loving that helmet as well. A bit of grey, a bit of pink, I love it. And of course, Glock has well, he has been the bar, hasn't he? He hasn't set the bar. He is the bar at the moment, isn't he? Glock is fantastic stuff, breaking all the records in silver. Basically, he's rewriting the history books, isn't he? Well, the history book started this season. Wow, there, I gotta say that I don't think anyone's gonna match Glock's incredible first season. He's on the hard tires. He's only not fast at the moment, so it's not all gonna go his way, but it looks like he might want to start on the hard tires and give himself a wide window as we're on board with Joffa. Yeah, as I was saying there, of course, Sam was saying about last night that the wet weather here in Singapore doesn't really hit the race often. It definitely does in the Formula 1 world, does it? We had a damp free practice free session one year, didn't we? I think it was 2018, 2017, something like that, or maybe even 2016 actually. And then we had a wet race, of course, didn't we? That infamous wet race in 2017. But apart from that, yeah, it doesn't really rain, does it? And they was all concerned because I think this race on the equator, isn't it? So of course that's where here comes my poor geography now, but I'm sure it's on the equator. Of course, we get tropical showers and stuff. Similar region to where Malaysia is, and if everyone remembers Malaysia, we've had some incredible wet races in Malaysia. 2001, for example, my goodness me, that was a deluge, wasn't it? It almost derailed both Ferraris. Both Ferraris runs. It was both down in the 10th and 11th position, and that was last, wasn't it? Because there were so many cars that just aquaplaned off the circuit in 2001, and of course, then we also had that incredible wet race in 2009, didn't we? And that was the last race, as I think Joffa has just kissed the wall there slightly. There is I think it's just a pecker there, so it's all right there for Joffa. He is on his way then. But yeah, 2009, that's the last race where we've had half points awarded then. So yeah, so and of course everyone remembers that race, an incredible race indeed, wasn't it? Just taking a quick look at the comments, and my goodness me, you guys are very chatty tonight, aren't you? Wow, I love it. We've got Grant saying that is what I like to hear. Remember, patience is the key. As Sam has just asked, is Glock on a wheel or pad? I gotta say, I'm not really too sure, to be honest, but it's a bit of an argument really, which is faster, the pad or the wheel. Joffa's invalidated his time there in the final corner. Sorry, the second last corner, so he's going to have to go around again there, Joffa, so that is a shame then. So he's got 6 minutes then to get himself back around then, and oh, lovely shot here from the rear wing there. Look at that, you can see the whole of the bodywork on that Toro Rosso, and it's absolutely sleek, isn't it? It's a beautiful car, isn't it, the Toro Rosso? I love the Toro Rosso. Of course, the now known as the AlphaTauri, and I gotta say, I was a fan of the AlphaTauri livery at first, but maybe Knowles is rubbed off on me. I mean, yes, I don't mean the other way. And I think I do quite like the livery now. It's a shame we aren't seeing in action, really, have we? Of course, unfortunately, Azerbaijan's also been postponed as well. So absolutely disappointed for that. And that's really depressed me even more, really. Yeah, it's not good at about 2020, is it? But hopefully, as that famous band at EMF said, it can only get better. No, things can only get better. That's it. So yeah, so hopefully things can only get better. And I think that this season can only get better as well. It's serious much more felt like he had a lot of understeer there, but my goodness me, he had a lot of faith in that car, didn't he? And he kept it. He kept his fun in, brilliant stuff indeed there. So just watching, Serious Rush and then go down to turn 7 as well. Glock is confirmed he's on the pad then. I was actually saying before Droff had an invalidated his lap here. I'd say that the wheel is quicker possibly, but that's my excuse because I'm on a controller. I should really say pad, really, shouldn't I? Because I should sound a bit more expert. But yeah, I'm on this red controller thing, and and that's why I'm slow. Obviously, it's not because I'm actually naff at the game or anything. Hunter's out on track as well. The mode Hunter is in the second sector as well, so we're going to keep an eye on a Serious Mushroom as well, as he is further on the lap, I believe, than than Hunter, but we're keeping an eye on Hunter as well. Hunter's second in the championship at the moment, isn't he? Calls it under a who drove a couple of races in the ALR Gold, didn't he? It was just called ALR back then, wasn't it? With only one division. He won the first race at ALR, didn't he, Hunter? So, of course, he's got some caliber, hasn't he? Oh! And Sarah's Russian there, kissing the wall there. I've got to say, these wings are very strong tonight, haven't they? My goodness me, then. The end plates are sticking on there, of course. They've got some super glue on tonight, haven't they? Here comes Sarah's Russian covering the final turn, and he goes 8 fast mode just in front of his teammate Ghost. Once again, and the Williams boys are just showing how competitive those guys are. It's great. I love the Williams pairing of Sarah's Russian and Ghost. They're brilliant, aren't they? Here comes Hunter there, as he is just coming out from the grandstand into turn 21 now, as I love his Tony the Tiger helmet there as well. I could say that is absolutely great as he comes through the final turn, and he goes second fastest. Hunter looking very good. He is a street specialist, Hunter, isn't he? He was downplaying his his LP has left the session again then, so I think he's getting a bit impatient there, isn't he? In the race. I'm not even sure he's in the racing points now. Actually, is he normally in the racing point? No, he isn't. So I don't know what I'm talking about. He's in the Haas, isn't he? And if you take the H off, then you can definitely say that I'm definitely making myself one of those. Here comes Kingdom going over the Anderson Bridge now. Yellow flag is fluttering in too. This is down the back straight there. Kingdom accelerating out. Then of course on the actual World of Formula 1, I was hoping they would have a DRS around about this part for the game as well, but unfortunately that hasn't come to fruition, has it? 7/10 of a second up. Kingdom is in the second sector before coming into the final sector as well. Then final sector is a bit of a American street circuit, isn't it? 90 degrees left, 90 degrees right then, and it's a bit more exciting than that though, isn't it? As you can see, they're on board with Kingdom. Then you can see once again they're correcting their cars, aren't they? Coming out of turn 18, turn 19 then, and of course that corner is becoming very slippery tonight, isn't it? Here comes Kingdom coming through turn 23. Let's see where he goes. He goes up to 8 fastest. Good stuff there from the Toro Rosso driver. Beautiful stuff indeed. Then explains his on track on that at the moment. We've got Alhan as well. Echoes retired from the session from 6th position. He's confident now with just 2 minutes to go. Here comes Alhan. He jumps up to 9th so far. Alhan does. Alhan is struggled with qualifying as of late, hasn't he? He's a very good racing driver, but he's had to go for the alternative strategy in the last couple of events, hasn't he? Younglet's retired from the session as well. Here comes Glock down. One of him might be a bit too premature to retire at the moment, especially with the likes of Glock and Ghost out there. I think that Forza's retired from the race session as well, but Forza I think is definitely very much on the cusp there. So just Kingdom get out of the way there as well. This is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? As Serious Mushroom's also retired then. As I got to say then, Serious Mushroom unfortunately is our first casualty of Q2, unfortunately. What a shame for Serious Mushroom then. He is out qualifying then. A 37.6 is not good enough. A 37.4 might not be good enough either. On board Glock then. He has got 1 minute and 24 seconds then to get a time on. He is on board then with Glock then. The championship leader, the only man to be, he's been on pole position in every single qualifying session he has participated in. Who could say that? Not even Lewis Hamilton. Oh my god, Schumacher could say that. That's incredible stuff, isn't it? He's 1.1 seconds up on this second sector. Glock is at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed there for Glock as he comes into the final section now. We've got Explains, the second Red Bull driver out there as well. We've also got Droffer on a lap. So he's already done one lap on the medium tires. That will pay dividends in the race later on. Or what's the opposite of dividends? I don't know. As here comes Glock then. The opposite of dividends is probably something not too good then. Glock then coming through 22. What about 23? Just feathers the throttle there for corners of the grass. He's gone fastest. 35.8 there. 3 times the same Queen of Beerus. And I gotta say, Avat. Incredible stuff there from Glock there. My goodness me, he's incredible, isn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed then. As we're on board then with Explains then, as he is coming down the back straight then as well. Then no DRS down this back straight. I missed the Singapore sling. I'm not sure if anyone else does. I don't think anyone else really cares really, but I love how Singapore sling. It was a test, wasn't it? Kim Roach had a big smash there in 2008, didn't he? LP is back in the session then. He doesn't know if he's coming or going tonight, does he? And we have also got we also had Kobayashi launching the car in qualifying in 2011, and oh goodness me, that was a scary smash, wasn't it? The checker flag has dropped, ladies and gentlemen, so this is all or nothing now. What have you got then? It's time to show your stuff, isn't it? We're on board then with Explain then as he's coming to the far sector. We got yellow flags, as it's Glock there just recovering back to the pits then. We have lost Forza, we have lost Sirius as well. What about Ghost, what about Explains, what about Droffer? Look at those caliber drivers then, those are on the cusp then. We've also got Al Haddy's finished as well. Kingto and Double, they're all going to be sweating buckets. Here comes Explosives, ain't fast mode. Double looks to be safe, or just about. Kingto is 62, 100 to a second down. Droffer's also on a fast time as well. I feel like a horse race commentator here, don't I? Oh, wow, what a slide there from a Ghost there. Wow, that was a bit of welly, wasn't it? As we're on board with him now. Yeah, the Williams driver as well. I love that helmet from Ghost. That's a beautiful helmet, a bit of blue and green. And now then it comes under the stand. He spun it. He has spun it. He's in the wall. Oh, Ghost is in the wall. Then he's damaged the end plate on that Williams there. Oh, what a shame for Ghost. Then he was on the limit. He was on the cusp, wasn't he? Al had his out qualified as well. What about Kingto? It's between the two Toro Rossos. We're going to have at least one Toro Rosso into Q3, but who is it going to be? Is it going to be the man who's in fourth position in the championship? Is it going to be Kingto? Let's find out now. We're going to find out. My goodness me, he's very close and I'm getting a bit slippery and on the curve. This is the last corner. Where is he? He is in 11th position, and my goodness me, he's a 100 for a second. I couldn't get my words out. Oh, lovely helmet. But unfortunately, he is 100 a second out of qualifying. Dropper, the man who's fourth in the championship, is out of qualifying. Goodness gracious me, my lord, that is incredible stuff. And the Dropper is out of qualifying, and that's a turnout for the books, isn't it? Well, my goodness me, and Sam has underlined that really with the best quote of the night there. Whoa, that was close, wasn't it? What a shame there for Dropper, but good stuff there from King Zone. Brilliant stuff indeed then. As Darren just said, well, I messed up my quali. Granted, I need your car. As we've also got that. Sam saying that was close there. I am, if I'm promoted, Sam there from Glock there. Yeah, because there's a lot of if buts and maybe in Formula 1, isn't there? So it's not a foregone conclusion yet, is there? But anything could happen then. Darren had just confirmed that he is Mushroom there. We've also got Sam saying you'll definitely be promoted, mate, and good Ghost saying he's Ghost is just saying it's so slow. Oh, well, I wouldn't say that. I'll be happy with 37.7 now from Ghost there, and I think the Ghost there was on course to might have got some more time out there as well. But unfortunately, he is out of qualifying as well then. And Young Lord's also confirmed it's close there between the Rosso cars. It really was, wasn't it? Drop for there on the cusp getting through, but Kingzone has outshone his teammate here tonight, and he is through into qualifying 3. And I gotta say, thank you all for joining us tonight. My goodness me, there 24 of you are actually watching us at this precise moment. Oh, no, it's gone down to 22. But gosh, I gotta say, I better stop with the bad puns really, and start to actually sound a bit more professional on this old sofa here, and I really. So yeah, thank you all for joining us tonight, and I'm loving having your company. I'm loving your conversation as well. It's absolutely brilliant stuff, isn't it? And it's very good to get away from all this real world stuff that is going on outside at the moment, isn't it? It's no, I think that's for us gamers here. I think that a lockdown probably isn't too bad actually, and especially for a ginger like myself, I think less sunshine the better as well. So yeah, I'm not the kind of man who's enjoying the March mini heat wave as such. Anyway, then we got 12 minutes in this session. Then, well, we've already lost a bit in this session. Then, my goodness me, whilst I've been yapping away as Granty says he sees 25. Oh gosh, so my phone's completely wrong, which is a surprise as well. Of course, I have a Samsung, so any of you iPhone fans out there might start to give me a kick now. Of course, I do work in IT, so it's kind of in my contract that I ain't allowed to actually like any Apple products there. So there we go. Anyway, we're just watching 00 then as he's coming out of turn 7 then. So we got, I think it's Hunter who's actually the first one. LP has left the session again then. So LP then is, I wonder if he's tinkering his setup there actually, which is a very good idea from LP actually. I gotta say, when I'm in the session, I stay in the session because I'm quite lazy and can't be bothered to come back in and jump back out and all that kind of stuff. And so LP might be tinkering his setup here. So potentially LP could be going for points as well. He hasn't scored yet, nor is Flea. But of course, with this Singapore Grand Prix, it is such a tough circuit to even survive. So this is going to be a very, very difficult racetrack and a very difficult race race indeed is Hunter car 2. He's stolen the number of Stoffel Van Doorn. I gotta say, when I seen the 2 on the McLaren, I don't associate Van Doorn. I actually associate David Coulthard there, because Coulthard did hold the number 2 for McLaren, didn't he, back in 99 and 2000, which is two of my favourite years actually. I really liked 99. It was a bit of a underestimated year for me. It was a very surreal year with Schumacher breaking his leg there, Irvine winning 4 Grand Prix for Ferrari, and Mika Salo getting on the podium as well. No disrespect to Mika Salo, but yeah, it was. Oh, and Hunter's invalidated this time. That is not good at all there, and he's going to have to go around again. So we're going to keep it on Beres. Look how close, look how far off the track Beres is. That is incredible, isn't it? Using all the track and then some. That is absolutely phenomenal stuff. And inches. This, as I always say, this is a game of inches, isn't it? He was so close there to that. Would have been a quarter cut, wouldn't it? But my goodness me, Beres there was absolutely accurate there. I remember Beres in qualifying in a Spa back in season 2 was absolutely phenomenal. He got 4th on the grid there, didn't he? Beres says, well, he didn't do too many laps around either. He just showed some speed there. In the race, it didn't go too well. He's gone a bit wide out of turn 7. Of course, turn 7 I do associate with Hamilton because of all the bad things that's happened down there. Of course, 2010, him and Webber come together. Then we had himself and Matt also decided to come to blows as well. And not to mention there the Mercedes engine expired in 2012 as well, which actually I think was the weekend where he decided to sign with Mercedes, wasn't it? Or he decided to meet with Niki Lauda, wasn't he? Of course, the late Niki Lauda. That's quite a prominent turn there, isn't it, for Hamilton? As I remember it quite well. I also remember the Chinese gravel trap actually quite not so fondly as well, and I'm still hurt by that even all these years later. I think it's about 12 years later, isn't it? Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about Beres, shall we? As that was on a bit of a mini rant there, wasn't it, really? It's I started talking about Coulthard in the McLaren, and then all of a sudden I went up to Hamilton. My goodness me. Because Beres had this, he's coming around the final section as well. Then turn 21, look how close they get to the bar. My goodness me. I don't even go for that white line. These guys are absolute bravery. They are absolute gladiators. They come across the line. Beres is on pole position. A phenomenal time there from Beres. What about Echo in his first race for silver? Let's see where he goes. He has gone silver at the moment. He is second. Fantastic stuff for Echo. What about Kingzo? He's got himself into top 10 and now he's in second position. Fantastic stuff. We've got Mercedes. It is Young Lights in second position. Well, Young Lights is doing a very good job around. Well, Paulie Orange. Well, he's had a poorly lap there, hasn't he? And he is in the pits then, unfortunately, for Paulie Orange. And validated this time where we got a Red Bull there who's on the prowl. It is Glock then. 100% record so far for Glock, hasn't he? This man is is absolutely peerless at the moment. We got Explains first though. I remember Explains has been on the podium in every race he's entered in so far. So can he keep up that 100% record? That's lovely. Look at the shine there. These cars look absolutely beautiful under the lights there, don't they? I just think these cars look amazing. Explain goes third fast mode. What about Glock? Glock is coming for the final turn. I think I've missed a McLaren. I have. Here comes Andre. He goes up to third fastest. Good 17. Here comes Glock. Here he goes. He is on pole position. Once again, he is. Wow, Glock there. I gotta say, going for his 9th pole position in 9 attempts. Oh gosh, that man is just phenomenal, isn't he? We're on board with Hunter then, as Hunter there is giving it full welly, isn't he? He's out of deployment here, Hunter is. I wonder if he's just trying to get a time on the board. It might be more than a time on the board. It's 7 for the moment there for Hunter. I think he has more in the bag as well. 00's just started us up then as he is in the racing point as well. Car 19, look how close, look how wide he goes into turn 6 then on the curve as well. DRS right on the belly then as he comes down the back straight. Look at listen, we go into all kinds of bridges here. It's incredible, isn't it? They plugged a race right in the middle of the Marina Bay. It's absolutely fantastic. It really is said. Wow, good stuff, Ben. As we just take it, look then if Glock then Glock is double. Sorry, I was just looking down the comments said that I can't do 2 things at once. Said I should. You guys are so chatty out there. I was trying to keep up at the moment. My goodness me, that's fantastic, isn't it? For once I again gonna be able to read out all the comments. I don't think. Here comes 00 coming over the Anderson Bridge. Now look how narrow that Anderson Bridge is. Then before then a very is that a bit of debris on the track there? Well, might be coming down Raffles Boulevard now. Then you can see the road markings are still visible, isn't it? This is a proper road, isn't it? When the Formula 1 car's not here, then going through turn 15, then not taking too much curb there. Now as we come down to 16, 17, there's a proposal, isn't there, for Singapore in 2023 to miss this part of the track out and go straight on then, and miss these 2 turns here. And they will also lose this unique feature going under the grandstand there. Well, I'm not sure if that'll make the track better or not then. Possibly. I reckon it might have a... Going having a detour around there might be a bit better. I don't know. Here comes 00. He's coming out to the line. Let's see what he can do. He goes for fast as 00 once again. This man has got some pace, hasn't he? 00. And of course he is car 90 at the moment. And oh, a lovely shot there. You can see, look at the whole body of 00. That is absolutely fantastic. Look at that beautiful pink and blue there. There's a lot less blue on the New Force India this season, isn't it? As I said earlier on, hopefully we'll see more of that racing point. Hopefully in the season go. Unfortunately, Azerbaijan has also been invalidated as well, so that's a shame then. Here comes Paulie Orange, and he's about to set us up as well. We've got only 4 minutes to go. This qualifying session's absolutely flown by. Wow, incredible stuff, Ben. This qualifying session's absolutely flown by, and my goodness me, now it's a good job I don't plan what I'm going to say, isn't it? Because I just go off and waffle about all kinds of nonsense, really, don't I? So going over the curve there as well, coming down the back straight as well. DRS is wide open, the drive